Somebody fix my slow sales on Amazon. I don't know why my sales are so slow. If this is you and this is what you're thinking about, like, how do I fix my slow sales? Everybody said you can make all this money on Amazon. This is the perfect video for you. I'm going to share with you 6 things that you can do and 6 things that I consider in my business when my sales are slow. As a matter of fact, right now, my sales are slow. And guess what? It's nobody else's fault. It's 100% my fault. And I'm going to share in this video why it's my fault, what I'm going to do. And I'm also going to share the 5 other things, 6 in total, reasons why your items may not be selling, why things might be slow, and how to make more money on Amazon. Now, before we get started in this video, I want to remind everybody that Reselling Freedom is now available. So check the link down below. I've teamed up with 10 coaches. I'm so excited I came and talk. Amazon experts, people who are making $3,000 a month, $10,000 a month. Some people are making close to $50,000 a month. 10 coaches that will help you to keep you educated, support you on your journey, and accountable. So definitely check that out down below. Coaching calls are starting Monday, and there's a special deal for my closest followers. All right, so number 1, the first thing you could do if your sales are slow, you got to look in the mirror and you got to understand that items sell on Amazon for a reason, right? And the number 1 reason is you're getting the buy box. In order to get the buy box, you have to typically be a pro seller and you have to price your items competitively, and the items actually have to be in demand. So sometimes you got to look in the mirror and say, maybe my inventory isn't that great. Maybe they're high ranked, or maybe there's low monthly sales. Maybe, for example, I'm competing against Amazon. I'm not winning the buy box. You have to take a look at your inventory and say to yourself, okay, I got to improve. I got to focus on inventory that sells faster. So that's number 1. Take some time, dive into your inventory, and, try to determine why you're not selling these items. Again, it's typically because maybe there's not enough demand for them, or you're not winning the buy box. Now, if you're using a repricer like Bqool, it'll actually share with you the percentage that you're winning the buy box. And for me, I have some automation set up where if I don't win the buy box after, let's just say 7 days, I have an automation that comes into place. If it doesn't win the buy box after 30 days, there's another automation that comes into place. If my item doesn't sell after a certain period of time, maybe 60 to 90 days, I have automations that come in place. So I have things and countermeasures, I guess, in place to help me to move my items that aren't selling. But that's number 1. You got to focus on items that sell faster, right? Obvious. Number 2, reprice your items. When you're selling on Amazon, everything comes down to price for the most part. You're competing on price because you're piggybacking on a listing. It's not like eBay where you have, your own listing and you're taking your own pictures and you've got search engine optimization and keywords and, sometimes there could be different variations and whatnot, even though there are variations on Amazon, but you're still on that same listing. So you really need to make sure your items are priced competitively. And if you want to win the buy box more, get yourself a repricer. I've documented this on my YouTube channel, but when I got a repricer, my sales went up it was close to 100%, went nuts. And since then, it's been 5 months. My repricer's already brought in well over 6 figures of sales for me. Not to say I wouldn't have gotten some of those sales without the repricer, but the repricer has generated over 100,000 in sales for me, which is absolutely crazy. So that's number 2. Get yourself a repricer or reprice your items. Every single time I go in and I spend, back when I didn't have a repricer, I'd spend an hour or 2 on sales and repricing. Things would just take off. Reprice your items. I can't say it enough. If you want to check out Bqool, I've got an extended 14 to 30 day free trial. So instead of 14, you'll get 30 days. rakeandprofit.com/Bqool, in case I forget to put the link in the description. Number 3, a big thing that could hold you back from winning the buy box on Amazon is if you have really bad metrics or if you get a negative feedback, right? I've had times where I've gotten a negative feedback and then my sales would slow down and I'm like, what's going on? And maybe it was all in my head, but I feel like, Amazon's so sophisticated that it knows, oh, you got a negative feedback. We're not going to give you the buy boxes more. We're not going to reward you for not taking care of the customers, even though it may have been out of your control and you did nothing wrong. So if you get a negative feedback, always go to your feedback section and appeal to get it removed. 99% of the time I get negative feedbacks removed. I mean, I have 100% positive feedback now. I believe they do drop off after a certain period of time, but if you want to sell your items faster or you have slow sales, check your metrics. Maybe there's a negative feedback or something that you can get removed. and that could help you. Number 4, and this is obvious, I've said it before, and I want you guys to comment down below if you like this saying, because I love it. Feed the beast, right? It's 8:15 in the morning. I just left the gym, but I'm hungry to feed the beast, because the more you feed to Amazon, the more sales you will make. Amazon is a freaking conversion machine. Now, of course, you got to make sure you're sourcing items that are in demand. You have to make sure you're, analyzing items with the rank and the competition and Keepa charts, and we'll talk more about that. But feed the beast. The times my sales are slow, and right now is the time my sales are slow. My sales are down over 50%, even more now. It's 100% my fault, because I've been focused on other projects. A big project I've been working on is launching Reselling Freedom. Again, if you haven't checked that out, get in now as a founding member. You'll get grandfathered in for life. And I can promise you, you'll never, ever in a million years ever get a rate like this and a deal like this. So if you're looking to start Amazon, if you're looking to start thrifting, if you're looking to start selling books, online arbitrage, we'll probably even tickle a little bit of wholesale down the road. If you want to work with experts, I've teamed up with people who've sold over $1 million in the last year. Check out Reselling Freedom. But I've been spending so much time building that out because I just know it's going to help a lot of people. I know it's going to make a big difference. And I know eventually if I build it up long enough, it'll be a great little, income stream for me as well and helping people. I just haven't shipped enough items out. So that's on me. I'm being the idiot, but I can promise you I'm getting back on track. I'm going to get my sales back over 50K. But ship more to Amazon, feed the beast. Number 5. Sometimes you have to also not only assess your inventory for pricing, but you also want to assess your inventory and figure out, are you aligned with the trends? Are you aligned with the seasonality? If you got a bunch of Halloween stuff in your inventory and it's, February, no wonder your sales are slow, right? So, you want to take a look at your inventory. You want to take a look at the products you're selling, and you want to ask yourself, are things not selling because it's a seasonal item, or are things not selling because I'm not winning the buy box, I'm not pricing it correctly? And as you know, with toys, for example, toys sell extremely well Q4, but they also sell all year long, but they explode when it comes to, there's people watching me in my car now, what is this guy doing? But they explode during, October, November, December. Same with textbooks and stuff. They're going to explode during, January, August, September, textbook season, so on and so forth. And then last but not least, okay, number 6, are you selling items that are becoming, or maybe they're very competitive, or they're becoming more competitive? So obviously items will sell better in your favor if there's a lot of demand and there's low supply. If the demand drops and the supply goes up and there's more sellers coming in, it's going to become a bit more difficult for you to sell those items, because other people are going to rotate in and out of the buy box. You may have repricers battling each other, people coming in, undercutting. Another thing is, if there's a bunch of merchants that are undercutting, people could be going around the prime and just saying, hey, if I could save this much money going to a merchant, I'll wait the 7-8 days or so to receive the item. But really what I'm talking about is competition in terms of supply and demand. And you want to take a look at Keepa. Keepa is probably one of the most important tools I would recommend to any Amazon seller. I don't care if you're brand new, you're an intermediate, or you're an advanced seller. This is over Scout IQ. This is over Bqool. This is over, any other softwares out there, Seller Amp, so on and so forth. The number one software every seller needs is Keepa, because Keepa will tell you the story, right? Sales Rank will only give you a snapshot in time of what's going on, but Keepa will share the whole story of where the competition has been in the past, where it is now, who's been winning the buy box, how many sellers have been on it, are there potential threats of an intellectual property claim, where has the price been previously for the merchants, what's the price been for FBA, what's the average 30, 60, 90, 180 day rank, what's the average price, how many feedback has been increasing or decreasing, I guess increasing on the listing. It'll tell you the whole entire story. And again, when you're selling on Amazon, it's not as a lot of people are like, well, you're just getting lucky, or, it's a big guessing game. It's not a guessing game at all. This is a data-driven business. If your sales are slow, it's 100% your fault. Now, some things are out of your control, right? If trends drop or a big liquidator comes in, there's a ton of competition. But you could lose on the short term, but long term, it's like baseball players. You get in the Hall of Fame, all you got to do is win 300, hit 300% batting average. You end up in the Hall of Fame. I mean, obviously you got to win more than that selling on Amazon, but you don't have to win 100% of the time. If you win 70, 80% of the time, you could build a massively lucrative business, right? The key is to just minimize your losses on the losers and maximize your profits on the winners. So if your losers only lose a couple percent or you break even, but your winners are winning, right? And you've got good ROI, good profit margins, baby boy, you're in business. So with that being said, hopefully this helps. Again, everybody check out Reselling Freedom. We have coaching starting very soon, and I could promise you, if you're an eBay seller and you're looking to transition to Amazon, or you want to add Amazon to your business, you're losing a lot of money by not learning Amazon. You're losing a lot of money but not taking the time to learn how to do it. And again, remember, it's not necessarily your fault. Amazon's freaking complicated. There's a lot to learn. There's a lot of different things that you got to know. And, you know, it's challenging. But if you have someone like myself and 10 other coaches to help you, support you, you could jump on live Zoom calls. You could ask questions. We have a 30-day money-back guarantee. We have ebooks and resources and a video library we're building. You can engage with other people, like a real one-on-one environment where you could talk to people. There's no way that you can fail. The only way you will fail is if you quit or give up or you just don't keep moving forward. Who gives a damn if you don't make a ton of money in the next 60 days? Because you most likely won't. But where will you be in 90 days, 180 days, 365 days? Because this trend, quote unquote, of selling on Amazon ain't going anywhere. More and more people are buying items online. E-commerce is growing. If you take a look at the figures of Amazon sales and how FBA sellers are literally growing every single year and the amount of sales, it's freaking nuts. Jump on board, learn, build a skill, and let's make some money. So with that being said, check out the links down below. I'll see you inside. Much love and appreciate you all. Bye.